This is likely all that most Americans know about Myanmar, also called Burma. The image of a Nobel Peace Prize winning activist freed from her home, a repressive government opening itself up to democracy. That is the narrative pushed by the Obama administration with the visit of Aung San Suu Kyi to the U.S. and by the U.S. Secretary of State in Myanmar. And now it's the president's turn to spotlight the change. Obama's national security advisor says the president will bring with him promises of American aid, words of encouragement, but also criticism of the continuing human rights abuses.
There's a lot more to be done, and we're not going to miss this moment in terms of our opportunity to push this along and to try to lock in as much reform and lock in this path forward as best we can.
Human rights groups say the government of Myanmar has not done enough to stop the violence, hunger, and isolation against Muslim Rohingyas, to roll back all repression.
This visit is premature and undeserved, and it rewards activities which have already been rewarded, and it can't reward things which haven't yet happened. So we would have preferred that the president hadn't gone.
But supporters believe a visit from the U.S. president could actually improve the lives of these people, the ones he'll never see during his travel.
I don't think that you need to wait for the perfect ending of a human rights story before you begin discussing it with them directly.
Human rights groups are working to make sure the story Americans hear at least has a chapter about the lives of these people when the president moves Myanmar into the spotlight. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Larry Jenkins, a journalist and an Asia analyst based in Bangkok, who told us a little earlier this visit really is a strategic move.
Well, I think the key motivation is really to try and re-establish U.S. influence in Southeast Asia in particular. It's waned certainly under the Bush administration, and the Democrat government now is really trying to push it. But of course, one of the key strategic interests is to try and counter the growing influence of China in the region. And hence a visit here to Thailand, a traditional ally of the United States, then to Myanmar, which in some ways is a new ally, and then to Cambodia, where the East Asia Summit is taking place, a sort of medium-term ally. But essentially, this is a strategic move by the president.